We all wish we could bring our Disney vacation home with us, right? To have that Disney feeling every day? Well, why not start your day the Disney way with a Disney blend from Joffrey's Coffee and Tea Company? With over 23 varieties to choose from the French bistro you find in your resort room to the Yachtsman Steakhouse and Gico, of course, and now Joffrey's newest Disney blend, Le Cellier. Why not start your day with that Disney magic? Order yours today at joffreys.com.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
To those guests who just joined us, welcome. Our next stop is the Magic Kingdom.
To Tim and Bob, Bob and Tim, this is Brad, and welcome aboard the Resort Loop. Enjoy your stay.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
Please board quickly and safely. Our monorail will be departing momentarily. Thank you.
Hey everyone! Thanks for joining us. I'm Tim Scott.
I'm Bob Collar.
Apparently that's how I start off a show.
Apparently, when you're here.
When I'm here.
I'm not replacing you with teenage girls.
It took 4, you said. I'm not sure what that meant.
That really sounded weird.
It does sound kind of weird, like I should be on a list somewhere.
I apologize to everyone for that.
People are going to think I need to register somewhere when I move.
Yeah. What is the show today, Mr. Scott?
Today's show was a wonderful show that you brought up would be a great topic, so I'm going to throw it right back to you.
No, before we get started. I've got some This Day in Disney histories. However,
yes,
we've got to thank Brad Coates for that wonderful open.
Brad, thank you very much.
Finally.
Eventually. We get to him eventually. You know, things are going on.
We apologize. That one kind of got lost. That one got lost in the...
in my inbox.
in Tim's inbox. Listen, in all honesty, we have been just really trying to get prepared for the Looper Meet coming up at the end of the month. We're very excited about that. We can't wait to meet everybody, and we're trying to make it a really fun, good experience for everybody.
That's true. And other things on the burner, other things coming up.
We're hoping to make a wonderful announcement at Looper Meet 2017 that hopefully are we going to do that Facebook Live, or are we going to stream that somehow, or are we going to
We're going to try to do something. I don't know. We're going to need people to hold cameras or phones. Or
do some live streaming of some sort.
We're going to have to strap a Wi-Fi hotspot to Quattrochi's back or something. I don't know how we're going to make that happen.
It could be painful, but he's a tough guy.
He's going to have to take one for the team.
So we'll get that done. Before we get started with the show, and again, thanks, Brad, I got some This Day in Disney histories.
You bring it.
But they've added a little something extra on This Day in Disney history. This is just this is a fun fact.
Okay.
Fun fact. Disney engineers have developed a prototype at Pop Century Resort. One of my favorites, Pop
Prototype.
Century.
Interesting.
Designed to recover excess heat from rooftop air conditioning units. The heat is used to make about 85% of the hot water used by all guests in the building during the warm summer months.
Really?
How about that?
I thought maybe that was the heat they pumped over to the Animal Kingdom to help the plants.
That might to make it hotter over there, make you more comfortable.
And that's what it's all about. I like to be very
making you comfortable. All right, I understand. Are you ready for this, Tim?
I am ready for this.
From our good pals over at This Day in Disney History. 2011.
Okay.
A ceremony to officially break ground on Shanghai Disney Resort.
Wow, I wondered what the pause was for.
2011.
Wow.
6 years later, boom. We got it.
Right. That's a whole park.
Everybody loves it.
Whole park. When did Avatar Land become announced? Yeah.
Well, long before that.
To be honest, you got to build in lots of time to order that much blue paint.
Yeah, I didn't know there was a run on blue paint before.
It's a very tough pigment to find.
Apparently,
like unobtainium or something.
It's a pigment, so.
Well, that'd be more of a pinkish.
That's true.
But yeah, cool. Sorry.
In 2006, Tim, we're going backwards in time. We're going back in time.
Wow. Way to push
Huey Lewis is rolling over in his mansion right now.
Way to push a Universal property, but go.
No, that's not there anymore.
I know.
It's not even there anymore.
Should be.
Come on, stay with me.
I'm not going anywhere.
I know.
We have an agreement.
That is true. We do have a contract. Anyway, 2006.
Yes.
Disney World's biggest ride yet.
Oh.
Expedition Everest, Legend of the Forbidden Mountain.
I like how your voice changed.
20-story white-knuckle roller coaster spin officially opens in Animal Kingdom.
It had a Yeti then, too.
2007, the Yeti stops working. 2006, it opens. 2007. But this one kind of ties in with the show today.
It does.
Are you ready for this? 1995, one of my favorite Disney animated films ever. Didn't get, it's not one of the classics.
All right.
But it's one of my favorites.
Which one's that?
The Disney film A Goofy Movie
is
released. As you know, I love traveling with my family.
You do?
As do you.
I love traveling with your family as well. But my family a little bit more. But yeah, your family's fine.
I was going to say, you better.
I have no problem.
Just in case this is the one show your wife listens to, you better make sure.
She knows my sense of humor. That would just be a head shaker.
Oh, yeah, that is true. Like I do most of the time.
Exactly.
That's why there's a lot of pausing in our show.
So there's a lot of Looper Nation that have neck problems.
And they're all shaking their head too. But I thought that would tie very nicely in with the show that we're going to talk about, because our good pals over at the Disney blog, they came up with a Planning Dad's Way, a Disney vacation, a Walt Disney World vacation.
Now, before we get into this, do you want me to read the review we have?
Oh, my gosh. I forgot about the review.
I know.
Yes, please.
Well, we got an exciting show. We got an exciting review. Lots of things going on.
Yeah.
This is from Stephanie Yanes, if I'm decoding this correctly.
All right.
Yanes 23. She goes, "This is, without a doubt, the best Disney podcast out there." Did you write this?
You're supposed to be reading our review.
Whoops. Sorry about that. Yeah. Bob and Tim talk about everything Disney, and not only are they informative, but they're also pretty funny.
Wow.
There's no pressure there.
No pressure there. I'm nervous.
Exactly. I love this podcast. P.S. They have the perfect voices for radio.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you. But then you'll hate this. She follows up with the hashtag gondolas.
All right. Put her on that list.
Put her on the list.
That list I have.
Sorry,
I'm starting to make.
Do this. No. Stephanie, thank you very much. We love the reviews.
Outstanding. Thank you. Yeah.
Awesome.
If you guys want to leave a review, that's over at iTunes. That'd be great. We really appreciate that. That helps the show. It helps get the word out to the show. We're trying to build Looper Nation.
Build it.
We like to share this information, and that's kind of why we're doing this show today about planning your Disney trip. If you're a Disney dad, like we are.
That was one awesome transition, first of all. I'm basking in your glory on that one.
Thank you very much.
Tied that together in a nice little bow.
Nice little bow.
Yeah.
So, you plan a lot of your Disney trips. I plan a lot of my Disney trips. We're nowhere near Disney experts.
No.
Nobody is.
They say they are. We know better.
Some people claim that.
Yeah.
We know. There's just so much that you can do. That's why we started this show in the first place.
Right.
Is to get get the word out and get as much information back from Looper Nation as we possibly get.
Everybody can share.
Everybody shares and get some great ideas.
A depository of knowledge.
And we appreciate that coming from Looper Nation, that they give us a lot of information. But we wanted to share some of our tips on planning a Disney trip if you're a Disney dad, because everybody does it differently. And so in the Disney Parks blog, they said, here's kind of the thing. Have you dads ever thought of yourselves as heroes?
No.
When it comes to planning a trip?
A hero? Are you holding out for a hero?
I am holding out for a hero.
Maybe it was a hero sandwich.
You knew there'd be an 80s reference somewhere in there.
It's somewhere.
They say if your kids think you're a hero, this is in their article, if your kids think you're a hero, then be prepared to be a hero at the parks. Play the part. Go overboard. Let yourself have fun and show the kids you're having a great time.
I love it.
It's one of those places, Disney is one of those places where you can just let go.
Oh, yes.
And not feel like people are going to stare at you and think you're nuts.
I'm guilty of that, though.
You feel that way?
Sometimes I get, I don't dance anywhere. I know you'll find that shocking.
You dance at Disney?
No, I don't. I should, though.
You dance other places.
I don't do that
dance.
I don't do that either. You weren't at my wedding. I think that was the last time I danced. Very uncomfortable. No one needs to see that.
Was there a chair and a pull chain with water Was that anywhere in the dance?
Oh, what a feeling.
Yeah. See, I can do 80s references too.
You can't do them as well, but you can do them. I will say, part of the behind that is enjoy the moment with your kids and family while you're there.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Because sometimes as you're doing like the one attraction or the one thing you're all watching, fireworks, whatever, you're planning the next thing.
Right.
Or you're thinking about, we need to get somewhere right after this rather than enjoying that moment with the kids. And that's where they're going to see you having fun in that moment.
That's very true. And that's, you also have to, in the same vein, forget about what it's costing you.
Oh, yes.
Because I know I'm guilty. Everybody knows I'm cheap, but I'm guilty of thinking about we've got to hit all of this stuff as quickly as possible because we're paying so much for it.
Right.
We want to make the most of this park hopper. We want to make, to have a park hopper and then not park hop.
Right.
Hurts me. It hurts me. But you have to do that. You got to say, okay, we're going to have a great time, even if we don't park hop with this park hopper. Today might just be a day that we spend at the Magic Kingdom or at Epcot or wherever. You've got to just be in the moment. Be in the moment.
The same thing can be said about Fast Passes.
Yes.
If you're having a great time at Liberty Square and everyone wants to ride the riverboat.
Yes.
And you're like, we can't ride the riverboat. We have Fast Passes at like Buzz Lightyear in half an hour.
Absolutely.
And you drag your whole family across the park when they really want to do something else.
Right.
Forget about the Fast Passes.
Or if you're hungry and you got a Fast Pass and you're like, well, we'll eat after.
Don't do that.
We Fast Pass.
Try to reschedule that Fast Pass if you can.
Then everybody's angry and
right.
and upset, they're hungry, their blood sugar's low, and so you want to slow down with your Disney planning. But let's start like before you even plan the trip, or
right.
as you're planning the trip. Okay? How are you going to plan a trip differently than, say, maybe your wife plans a trip?
I don't know. We plan kind of the same. We always like to plan around restaurants when we can.
Okay.
Because getting the restaurants we want seem to be like a kind of a big deal.
Right.
Depending.
Getting those ADRs.
Getting where we want to go. Because I'm thinking Ohana.
Absolutely.
If Ohana turns out to be like a late reservation.
I don't know what that is, but okay.
It means family. I just saw the movie. It also means meat. But she might do a little differently. Maybe try to schedule a little more things in the day than maybe I would schedule.
Mm-hmm.
I might build in a little bit more wiggle room.
Okay.
To enjoy some things, possibly re-ride something.
Okay.
I don't know.
One thing you got to do as a Disney dad is make sure that you don't go commando on things.
Right.
Because we have a tendency as dads, let's go. And we've got to keep in mind a lot of times the younger kids and what is required of them. Let's face it, and this isn't sexist. Please don't send me a bunch of emails and stuff. But
here it comes.
This, typically, and I'm just saying typically the dad's going to work. He's doing all of that stuff. He comes home. The mom's the nurturer. The mom takes care of the family.
Okay.
The dad takes care of the logistics of maybe the business end of the family, paying the bills and buying a car and fixing the house. And so when we don't think maybe in the same nurturing aspect when we're planning a Disney trip. You got to think about that nurturing aspect.
And emotional.
An emotional
as opposed
aspect.
To the nuts and bolts.
That's what I'm saying.
There you go.
Not just book the Fast Pass, book the dining, book this, book that, book the room. Let's go. We've got to think about, okay, where's the downtime, like you said? Are we going to take a day for the pool and just everybody relax? Because mom needs a time to relax.
Oh, they deserve a time to relax.
And maybe mom needs a little time away from the kids.
Take the kids into the park.
You take the kids, or take the kids over to one of the kids' clubs.
There's that too.
Let them. I know that I've never done that. We were always we wanted to make it a family.
Right. That's we're kind of in
thing,
the same boat with that one.
But a lot of families don't want to do that. So you got to take advantage of what Disney has to offer with the kids' clubs.
Plan like a very nice dinner, you and your wife, and then utilize the kids club.
Absolutely.
They
do those pirate cruises with the kids.
Oh.
The kids are going to have a great time.
You adult cruises.
Right. Yes.
Adult pirate cruises. Arr.
You go have a nice lunch, just the two of you over at Artist Point,
nice,
or Yachtsman Steakhouse or something, where it's not going to be as expensive because it's just the two of you. Let the kids go do one of the kids activities,
and the kids will have a great time.
They're going to have a great time. So those are the kind of things that I'm thinking is you want to, as a dad, not just think of the logistics of boom, 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 let's get everything done, but the nurturing aspect. How is this going to be a more nurturing trip for my family and bring my family a little closer together?
I love it.
Because Disney's huge. There's so much to do there. It's going to be a long day. Every time you hit those parks, it's going to be a long day. Are you going to be able to do that 5 days in a row simply because you have a week-long vacation and the package you got has 5 tickets?
Right.
5 days worth of tickets.
Right, exactly. And if you're able to do it, do you really want to do it, though?
Do you want to do it? It's going to be exhausting for your family. It's going to be exhausting for you. And the last thing you want to do on any kind of family vacation is get back and everybody just wants to get away from one another.
Right.
So you don't want that either.
Or you're all in the same hotel room, and, that's much smaller than most of us are used to being that close with our family.
Right.
You start waking people up, and they want to sleep in for a day.
Well, that's why it's important.
Sometimes you need to let them sleep in for a day.
That's why it's important, too. You got to think about how you're going to book that trip. Are you going to stay with teenagers in a value resort?
If they have their own room.
It's going to be, that's
that might
what
be
I'm
the
saying.
best way to go.
It's going to be tough.
Do a little connecting room.
Whereas if you do the like Wilderness Lodge or Animal Kingdom Lodge with the bunk beds, that's easy. That's
right.
Easy with teens. You can throw one on top. If you've got 2 teens, if you've got a bigger family, now you got to think about where you're going to stay bigger. Are you going to go with a DVC? Maybe rent some DVC points and stay there, or you're going to go with the Wilderness Lodge or Fort Wilderness cabins. Those are all aspects that you really got to think about.
And it depends. Size of family.
Budget.
How often do you go down?
Right.
I mean,
right.
I'd love to go down 3 times a year and stay at the Contemporary of the Polynesian.
Well, yeah.
If I had 3 times to go, I'd be lucky to swing 3 moderates. I'd probably have a moderate and a couple of values in there.
Maybe you need to talk to your good pal George Clooney and get him to help you out with that.
He stopped taking my calls.
What?
I know.
Well, because it's expensive taking a call in Italy.
Well,
you always call collect, which is one of the problems.
You probably shouldn't do that. I should probably, spring for like a cell phone.
Pony up the money and call the man, for goodness sake.
Well, he was on Facebook. I could FaceTime him, but he doesn't do that.
Oh, he doesn't do that anymore?
No, if he did, maybe he just changed his.
I think so.
Defriended me, maybe.
Yeah, I think Matt Damon still has his number.
Oh, call him.
You probably don't. So I'm just saying, it starts with how you're going to book. The size of your family is going to be very important on the room you're going to look for.
Right.
And the experiences, if you've got, like when my daughter was young, she loved animals, wanted to be a zookeeper in the worst way. Animal Kingdom Lodge was the perfect place for her.
Oh, yeah.
We spent more time just hanging around the savannah over there on the walkway and that than we did really going to the parks. She just loved it. And then we went to the Animal Kingdom, loved being in the park there and pretending to be a zookeeper. She would open doors for us and gates and stuff. Like cute. She was showing, she was little. She was like 8 years old, but loved wanted to be a zookeeper. So, know your family, know what kind of interests them. If you're a big pool person, where are you staying? Big pool person.
Big pool?
Yeah.
You swing it, you're going to the beach club, beach or yacht club.
There you go.
Little Stormalong Bay.
Absolutely.
Again, nothing wrong with the Animal Kingdom pool. That's a nice pool.
Absolutely. And
Polynesian pool.
If you're going in the middle of the summer and you like a lot of water, you like to swim, maybe you only do 3 days at the parks. Maybe you just go, you get a 3-day park hopper or something, and then one day you're just using 1 day at Blizzard Beach or Typhoon Lagoon. There's so much to think about and so much to plan for that you don't want to have to get more than you're going to use, because that's not good.
No.
But you don't want less than you're going to use as well.
One thing I think we've always kind of, or at least I've always kind of said, well, you have a Disney vacation planned.
Yeah.
Have another one on the back burner. That way you don't have the initial pressure of on this trip. I feel like I have to do everything.
It's a great idea.
Just
Great idea.
So maybe you can go to the end of this summer, your big trip, and then maybe you're going like maybe spring or early summer next year.
And here's the beauty of that. And I know you guys have done this on several occasions, especially with the cruises. If you think you might go, book it.
Right.
Book the thing.
Book it while the prices are cheaper.
Keep an eye on when the cancellation is that you have to cancel, but
set a reminder in your phone.
Set a reminder, and just book the thing. And then if it all plays out that you can go, you're already set. You're getting some good deals,
right?
I think that's a good way to go. Is just book the thing ahead of time. Takes it off of your plate. Takes that off of your plate. And then if the last minute you can't go, you just cancel it.
Have you ever been at home on a weekend, just thought, here's a weekend we could go. Let's see what's available.
Right.
And then you book something. Sometimes you stay with it. Sometimes you're like, well, it was fun to kind of book and think about. We just can't, for whatever reason. Something we didn't think about was on the calendar.
Right.
But it's just good to know you have an option there.
And sometimes it doesn't hurt even, you're going to gasp because it's what you do.
Oh, I have to wait.
Sometimes.
I pre-gasp.
The Disney prices are a little bit high.
What?
So it's better to stay off property. Depending on what you're doing. A lot of it's going to depend on what you're doing.
I don't have a problem with staying off property if it's the only way you're going to get there. If you're going to save enough money to squeeze in a trip you did not budget for that year.
Right.
I'm all about it. Fantastic.
There you go.
There's some beautiful off-property hotels.
Absolutely. And I know a lot of our friends in the UK. That's how they save a little bit of money. They spend a little bit on Disney property, and then they go off property for a little bit.
Well, they're here for like a fortnight or two.
So,
yeah, I said
really?
it. I'm not afraid.
Nice.
Yeah,
Throwing that out there.
Had to be thrown.
The lingo.
Had to throw it against the wall,
as they say. So I think the key things with a Disney dad planning his family's trip, make sure you talk to the family. Again, we've said this many, many times. Watch the DVDs. I know they're not sending them out anymore. You got to watch most of the stuff online, but it's sit everybody down in front of your laptop or whatever, and watch some of the videos and let everybody participate in the. It's tough for a dad to give up that control. It is for me.
You're a control freak, though. You are.
Put the mic a little closer.
You are.
No, too close.
Is that too close?
Too close.
Oh, I'm sorry. Back down here. Sorry.
I'm just saying.
It had to be said.
Let and think about your family. Think about the size of your family, where you're going to go, how many days you're going to need at the parks, and don't forget that nurturing aspect of it. Try and be a nurturing father, and make it memorable in a good way, because it can be memorable.
Oh, it'll be memorable. One way or the other, it's going to be a memorable trip.
Might not be in a good way, and that's not the way you want to do it.
Not if you can help it.
Too many folks do that, and you don't want to do that. So
true. You don't want to be one of those families walking through the parks.
And listen, if you got any questions, if there's anything you guys come up with, don't hesitate. Email me or Tim.
Do it.
We'll put it out there to Looper Nation. If you guys got a question, they're the ones that have a lot of the great answers. That's why we do the one tip.
It's a great knowledge base. Oh, I love the one tip.
Great knowledge base. The Looper polls. Just all of that stuff that we do, and Looper Nation is going to help you out. They're fantastic.
We're all here for each other.
That's right. We're a big family, and we're going to meet some of our family.
Crazy.
Very shortly.
I know. There's no anxiety.
You okay?
No anxiety at this end.
No. Your eyes are shaking back and forth. You're so nervous. Like nobody's back in. Anyway,
No, you don't think?
Back of the studio back there going to get you. So anyway, I hope that helps. I know that was a little bit rambly, but be a nurturing father on your vacation. Put aside your work. Put the phone away. Leave it in the safe. Just if you're staying together, leave the phone in the safe.
Wow. How do you change your fast passes?
You don't need to. You know what? If you do it in the room while everybody else is getting ready, and then just enjoy yourself.
Go
to the park and enjoy.
That is not a
family.
terrible idea.
Enjoy your family.
I love it.
You're not home most of the time. You're working all the time anyway. Enjoy that family.
Wow.
I'm just saying.
I love it.
I'm talking to myself.
I know you
understand?
are.
I'm talking.
I'm
to
watching
myself
him.
right now.
One, you keep saying
I want to go on a vacation.
You keep saying nurturing. I keep expecting you to say nutrated.
I'm putting the phone down. I'm going to enjoy this trip with you.
Wow.
And Looper Nation.
Nice.
That's what we're doing.
We're gonna have to. Somebody's gonna have to hold the phones.
Somebody's going to. Well, that's why we got the
Someone's gonna have to be screaming.
the backpack live stuff to strap to Joe Quattrochi.
Okay.
He's going to follow us around.
All right.
So thanks, Joe.
Thanks, Joe. You'll have to carry a generator, I think, also.
Something.
At least a car battery. I don't know.
Something like that. But looking forward to seeing everybody. Tim.
Bob, don't stop the show yet.
Oh.
It's time for another one of these fiascos.
Oh, no.
I know.
No.
Time for another ResortLoop.com top 10 list.
Stephanie's going to send a new review.
She's not going to send a new one. She's just going to pull her old one.
She'll just pull it. We're done.
All right, you ready for this one?
All right, this is a top 10.
I will say this is awful.
Uh-oh.
These are the top 10 elements of the Rivers of Light
Oh, no.
that did not make the final show. Are you ready?
Okay.
Number 10 was the Coke float.
Coke float.
Because it would just come out and people would get thirsty for a Coke float and leave the theater.
No. No. You're going to save the best for number 2. I know.
That's the rule. That's the main rule. Number 9 was the Lone Ranger barge. Because that just didn't work out the way. Remember, they planned this so long ago. They thought these things were going to be huge.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That was not a good movie.
Number 8 was the buy your brand new handleless mugs souvenir cup water projection.
I thought they used the handleless mugs as the flotation devices for some of the floats after they realized, well, that was a bad idea.
Well,
what are we going to do with these 10 billion
there you go
handleless cups?
Slap an RFID chip on it and go.
All right.
What was that, number 8? Number 7, the Disney Studios Sorcerer's hat. They were going to incorporate that, but then they just tore that.
It sank.
No.
Didn't float.
Number 6,
Oh.
the Facebook projection show. Turns out they couldn't handle it because it wasn't big enough for Zuckerberg's head.
Wow.
What?
Wow.
Come on.
There goes. Well, they're pulling our names off of Facebook now, too.
Well,
wow.
They might do that anyway.
Probably.
Number 5.
5.
The Lion King Scar music. They were going to show the projection from the scene, but it would cause a stampede in the Animal Kingdom safari.
Really? That's the best you could come up with for number 5.
I prefaced the whole thing saying it was awful. Number 4. The April the Giraffe float.
No.
Turns out they thought it'd be ready by now, but still
not ready.
Still not ready.
Which that joke is going to be really bad if she has this.
I know. Hold on, April.
Before this airs. Hold out, kid.
It's been this long. Number 3, the Bob Iger, Michael Eisner, Rock'em Sock'em robot barge.
Wow.
Come on.
There's no anger between them. No, they're still friends.
I'd still like to see that barge, though, float out there and playing Rocky music while they're...
Wow.
Number 2, in his continuing theming with the Animal Kingdom, James Cameron brought his Titanic sinking barge float.
Oh, come on.
Oh, come on.
Too soon.
Come on. And number 1,
too soon.
The gondolas.
That's it.
That was it.
That was nothing else.
I just like to watch in your face every time I say the word his face tenses up, people. It's fantastic.
You know I have high blood pressure. Why do you want to do this to me?
Yeah, you know.
What if I skipped at one of my little pills? then
the blue ones?
Whatever.
I don't know. Anyway, that's what I've got for the top 10 elements that were never incorporated into.
And thank goodness
Rivers
they
of
weren't.
Light. Well,
thank
they're very smart people over there at Disney.
Can I say it now?
Please.
Tim, that is all I've got.
Oh, everybody, thanks for joining us. I'm sorry I had to sit through that or drive through that. You can find me on maybe Facebook at this point, maybe not.
No, you've been yanked.
Tim Scott. Maybe on Twitter, ResortLoop.Tim. At the website, ResortLoop.com.
You attack Zuckerberg just before we
He
need
doesn't
to
even
do
know
a
who
bunch
I
of
am.
Facebook Lives.
He doesn't even
Just
care.
before we're...
That's the most mild thing anybody said about him.
Don't forget to follow us on all the social media. That's where you'll find any updates to the Looper Meet. And what else should folks do, Tim?
Well, I'm crinkling up the top 10
please.
list. Everyone go out there and follow ResortLoop.com, the gateway to the magic.
See you, everybody. Thanks for listening to the show. But now you want to share your love of Disney, right? Unfortunately, a lot of our friends, family, and coworkers just don't share the same enthusiasm we do for all things Disney. Well, now MyDizMatch.com has made it even easier with the all-new MyDizMatch apps for iOS and Android devices. Just download the MyDizMatch app and connect with new Disney friends today. And now, for a limited time, you'll get your first month of full membership free just for signing up. Look for the new MyDizMatch apps on iTunes and Google Play and start connecting with real Disney friends today. Just waiting for you to start a show.
I know.
Are we going to do a show today?
I'm making sure the phone is silenced.
Well, mine's all right.
Is yours silenced?
What's silenced? Now I'm upside down.
You used to hang it upside down, you bat.
Wow.